Are you ready to go into some challenging times? I'm not talking about just 2021. That's going to be probably a very rocky year, but I wanted to show you today through my success series, and if you join me every Sunday, we tackle these issues because we have to live as human beings on a planet that has a lot of challenges. And I want to give you practical ways to use your spiritual high frequency and go out there in that world that is going to really test you. So today I want to talk about why 2021 could be your best year ever. Work, income, all of your accomplishments. There's some amazing things happening. I'm going to talk to you about this because this is available to everyone. It could be your best year, and that can continue on and on and on. Are you ready to find out what it is? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fear and live an amazing life. And hello to everybody on Instagram, because I'm going to share this video on several platforms every Sunday. I want to talk about what I call the success series. Success is not what I define or what society defines. It's what you define. Success for you might be having an amazing charitable organization, or being able to take care of your family, or writing that book, or whatever it is. Now, if you're watching this, chances are pretty good you have been working on the spiritual aspect of yourself and trying to get to that place where there's peace and love and abundance, and you stop working so hard. Now, the success series for me represents helping you to go into those goals and achieve them, because so many times we are spiritual people over here and we meditate, and I've said some things that I'm sure will tick a few people off, and I said law of attraction ultimately is a load of crap, because if you're sitting there meditating and wishing on something and you're absolutely not changing anything that you do here, there's nothing you're going to attract by wishing and meditating and doing all kinds of boards and stuff. Now, will it work? Yeah, it can work. Only because you've changed your frame of mind to know that you're capable of doing it, that it is a probability it exists. And once you go into that, you actually start to take the steps to become that person. You don't sit on the couch and eat Cheetos and watch. By the way, I love Cheetos. I don't eat them. I don't eat Cheetos, but I love Cheetos. But let's say you sit on the couch and eat Cheetos and watch negative news. And then you're meditating on and you're wishing to get a great job or get a fit body. Let's use the fit body. But you're never going out the door to take the walk and then the run and doing whatever you need to do. And this is where we come into this dilemma with the human race, is that we want and speak one thing, but we're acting another way and thinking a different way. The success series is meant for you to shift over into that mindset and realize you haven't changed your thinking. All right, and so whatever that goal is, whatever success is for you, I want you to know we're going into an amazing era. 2021 and beyond is going to be mind-blowing for a lot of different reasons. Now, 2020, if you watch my channel, I predicted something that unbelievable was going to happen, and put your seatbelts on. I didn't know what it was, but I knew we were going to have a major event. I'd have never guessed it was this, but it was something that was going to challenge us globally, and sure enough, boy, did it deliver. Now, my question to you is, what have you done in this last year? Have you gone into fear? Are you trying to hang on to that old world or that old job or everything, most of which doesn't work for you anymore? There is a great awakening happening. People are waking up and realizing, I have not been operating like a happy person. There's something seriously wrong with going to a job I despise. Now, if you've seen any of my ads, 87% of the people out there despise their jobs, probably more now. A lot of people don't want to go back into that office or realize how unhealthy it is, or maybe they don't really feel good about who they're working for or what that company is doing. There's a consciousness that is elevating right now to a level of really caring about one another and our planet. That is an amazing thing, but you have to participate in that. And people are afraid to go into that because they think that spirituality means that you have to give up your goals or, success or having money or all these other things, because we've been programmed, and that is part of what we believe and think that we don't even realize is just what's been passed on down and down and down that keeps us working hard and not really achieving all that much. You don't want to retire and then, go put on the bikini on on the beach, right? Like, oh, I finally can afford this vacation. And like, nobody wants to see us as old people in bikinis. Do things while you are young. And those of you who are older, you're just starting. You're just starting. I've started my career here, my true passion, my career, my success. 6 years ago, I started. And most people would have said, oh, you're winding down your career, but I'm just starting. So the restrictions that we have in society is part of the issue, the thing that holds us back, because we believe we're old and we start to act old. We stop doing the things we did when we were young, and when you actually can still do those things. So you actually are programming yourself to become old, to act old, to start to plan for being old. And no matter what your age right now is, there are just no barriers to what you can achieve, all right? Those people who have truly been successful have never seen the barriers. They've only seen the possibilities. So what's happening in 2021 and beyond is things are so shook up that you're going to have opportunities you never had before. One of them is, and you know that this whole platform that I promote is internet training and education online to get new skills for the 21st century. We're well into that. So why are you not catching up with what's available to you that could give you freedom, flexibility, and all kinds of ways for you to create success in a way you couldn't before? And if you're sitting in your living room and there are things you want to do, how are you going to do that? I used to work on franchises when I was an investment banker. My goodness, a lot of money, a lot of work, and that was not freedom for those people. Most of them went under. So that's a structure that doesn't work anymore. But what if you could get skills and get online and create that charity, send those messages, do your coaching, still travel and do the things that you desire to do, and do it in the way that you are passionate about. I have somebody that he started woodworking, and now he has an online woodworking business teaching other people and selling his products. And it's just taking off because he's doing what he loves, and that's success. So instead of the old thinking of the, it's really 19th century or, 20th century and 19th century thinking, really the last couple hundred years have been in this, achieve, get money and whatever. It doesn't work anymore. And people are now realizing it's about our lifestyle and loving it. So when you come from a place of passion, and you probably saw one of my videos about this, things start to work. Why? Because you're excited and you're sending that message out to the universe, and you receive what you're giving. And if you're giving, love and happiness and joy and all hope and possibilities, you will be amazed at how your life will shift. This could be the best year of your life if you let go of the things that aren't working for you. So ask yourself, what in your life right now is not working? What are you unhappy with? Are you stressing out about money? Then it's time for you to do something that places you in a position of self-empowerment to control that. Now, we're going to go through phases. Life is always going to challenge us. But when you control that from your end, instead of looking for the outside world to give you the answers or the money or the job, then you truly go to a place of empowerment, right? It's like, okay, here's a situation, and I'm not going to sit and worry. And this is why people wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning sweating. I'm not going to sit here anymore, waking up wondering what that is going to deliver to me. Those opportunities out there are huge right now. There are people making a lot of money doing what they love. People that have given up corporate jobs, that have moved to places, that have downsized, other people that have started businesses and gotten the training, and that's why I'm always promoting the training. Don't try and do this stuff alone. There are whole communities of people. There are whole education systems. There's all kinds of things out there for you. Seek and ye shall find, that's what that means. You could go into 2021 with the most amazing mindset and plan to go after the things you love. And the key to this is putting aside those, oh, you can't do this, or that's silly, or that's not practical. All those stories you tell yourself that have stopped you from going there in the first place. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there are literally thousands of people making all kinds of money, loving their lives, giving value to the world, making a change on this planet. So I've switched over personally to recommending everything that's an alternative to stuff that destroys our planet or your body, right down to my deodorant and toilet paper. So I'm providing a service for the planet, for other people, to make positive changes in their life, for the planet, for themselves, for their joy, for their families, for everybody. And when we continue to do that, we raise the frequency of this planet. If it's just one small thing, don't underestimate it, and that's success. Are you achieving goals that feel really good? Are you relieving yourself of all the pressure and the stories and the requirements that society tells you? That's what you're supposed to do. Put it aside and say, what is it I really want to do? I can achieve those. What are the tools and the training and the groups or whatever it is you need to accomplish that goal? Because you can accomplish that goal, and you will become a completely different person. And all of a sudden, no matter what happens with our economy or anything else out there, you can flourish. Because people still have to eat food, people still have to function in numerous ways. People are going more to being creative. You've seen them on all these social platforms making goods. And people like me who want to buy those and support small businesses who are hand-making amazing things. We're caring for one another like a community like we never have before. And if you're not feeling that, it's time to shift over into that. Make this your best year ever. Put a plan in place and say, you know what? Any other thought that keeps me from that, I'm going to have to look at it, know where it's coming from, and let it go. So put down a list of what are the things you really want to achieve, really. And I don't mean just money. Oh, I want money, so I'm going to sacrifice my happiness or what I do for a living to get it. No, what do you really want to do? What's true success for you? Find it, and then say, how do I achieve that? And start to seek. And you absolutely will find, and that, because your message to the universe is, I'm ready to do this, and commit to it, because that's what successful people do. They commit, they find a way, and whenever there's something that seems like a roadblock, it's really not. It's just, hey, this isn't the path, this isn't the right path. Find another one. Oh, here's my pathway. And they continue and continue and continue until they achieve their goals. Most people, they wander in the woods, lost. They're like, this is it, I'm done, it didn't work out. And you don't want to live your life like that. And so many people realizing that there's no getting out of this. You're either going to have to go after your life that you love, or you're going to be miserable. And that's going to be a regret you may have the day you leave this planet. And I don't think you want regrets, do you? Do you? No, nobody does. It's scary to go out into that world and do something different. But I have to tell you something. You're going to feel scared anyways, because no matter what you do, you're going to have those feelings. Wouldn't you rather be scared going towards something that you love and getting excited and feeling good, sleeping well at night and saying, well, it's a little scary, but boy, I know I'm doing the right thing? What's success to you? Name it and put your plan together, because the doorways, the gateways are opening up. People are going to a high frequency, positive mindset, caring more about each other. And when you go into that space, you will connect with those people and those companies and those organizations and those trainings and all those other people that are going to be there for you. That's the law of attraction, right? It's not really attracting anything. It's resonating with that frequency, right? If you're tuned into rock and roll, you can't hear classic music. And that's just, it's that simple. So kick into that place. Be that person, think that way, and train yourself to get there. Get the help. You know, I have all kinds of courses on landriaonkka.com, landriaonkka.net, which is the website here on YouTube and Instagram. You can get to a free video series that explains how thousands of people are creating businesses online, like I have. This has changed my life. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you and making a difference on this planet in a positive way like I would have if I had not clicked on an ad and went and got the training that allowed me to go into that space that was success for me. So you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Go after those goals. Go after that success. Define it for you, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Blessings to you. Namaste.